What up, YouTube Elleix? Come back at you with another custom StarCraft 2 cast. Today we have what is already a fever dream of a matchup, considering the fact we've got an Ultralisk mining minerals. This is the ultimate Mode of Erls Reloaded. If you're not familiar with this mod, it adds 30 new playable races and factions to the StarCraft universe. It's insane. Already some interesting movement here from these UECVs, not SCVs in this case. I suspect some cheese. Let's go ahead and quickly introduce our players. Spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's our green last Zerg player, PlatonFenix, going up against his opponent. Spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, it's our red SMEF player, Swarmlord. I'm not sure what SMEF stands for, and what is this? The Underseer, our, I guess, Overseer equivalent, going down to what was the defense beam from the Center of Advanced Operations. A little bit of a defense mechanic here already showing itself for our red player. And yup, cheese, we got the UED barracks being built, 2 of them so far. Will we see a third one? I'm not so sure. Time will tell. Meanwhile, PlatonFenix has not scouted this at all. I mean, he did have his Underseer here to spot what is virtually no production on the map for his opponent. That would tell me that maybe something is going on, but at the same time, it's pretty early in the game, and it didn't really get a good look at the ramp. So it's possible PlatonFenix has no idea what is happening right now. A third barracks on the way as well. Excuse me, I did not have the production tab, and this SCV equivalent running to the main base for our green player, and there's no production to speak of for our green player, but I think that is because the production comes from a different unit. Oh no. Oh no, it looks like PlatonFenix didn't realize that his Ultralisks do not attack. In this case, they're called suppliers, and I would make the same mistake because look at how aggressive they look. So they are just trying to mine as much money as they can before this turret comes down, and the STS turret finally going down, and it's a flamethrower. Meanwhile, oh no, the Marines here getting some damage in, and these Ultras, the suppliers, are running away. Now, these Marines do have a rocket mechanic where they fire rockets occasionally. Oh no, as you can see, one of these suppliers going down. The last host is still alive, and this supplier running through and accidentally scouting all these barracks. And what is this? A supply depot being built. Oh, this is interesting. Is Swarmlord going to try and expand here? Why would you put a supply depot way over here? I mean, to be fair, this part of the map is pretty much shut down, and oh, yep, okay, so these came from our last host. Oh man, okay, a lot of Zerglings and a lot of Banelings running to the main base for the Terran player, and there's nothing here to defend this. The Zerglings and the Banelings running into the base of Swarmlord. Swarmlord lifting his command center, but taking out so many workers. How many workers killed right now? 17 workers killed virtually instantly. And yeah, it looks like our our Terran player has to relocate. Meanwhile, the last host getting a lot of kills. It has 7 kills so far. I don't know, maybe I would send the last host over here. At the same time, look at how painfully slow it moves. So it makes sense that it can't move anywhere. And wow, okay, yep, Swarmlord not even landing his command center here. He's actually full-on expanding here to, like, what, the 4th base location for the Zerg player. Meanwhile, this last evolution, or our hatchery equivalent, is going to be whittled down by this STS turret. But it looks like I'm seeing some movement on the map here. The Zerg player, instead of opting to save his base, which I might do, going for the attack and losing all his stuff. I mean, these Marines, or what are they called? Servant of Earth. We'll just call them Marines. It's easier. The Marines kind of tucked away in a choke point here, and honestly, the Sim City, not bad for Swarmlord, able to protect most of his stuff. A combat physician here as well, and she looks like a scary combat physician. She's kind of like Goth or something. Oh, I love this, though. The last host trying to get some damage in, but the defense beam able to prevent the last host from really engaging this. And I don't know how much the last host costs, but I would be careful because if you lose this, I feel like you lose your production, technically speaking. Is Swarmlord going to land this? And oh wow, okay, yep, He's going to land the command center and throw a defense beam down on this last host. Meanwhile, the last host had a drop pod of units and was able to actually take out a lot of this Terran stuff. These barracks are under fire. I would lift them off. There's no reason to leave them on the ground, I feel like. Okay, yep. So we have 2 command centers flying around. We have this hatchery that's still alive somehow. It's been alive the entire time this turret's been alive, and the turret went down at like the beginning of the game. Meanwhile, PlatonFenix is following these command centers around, and oh, this is actually hilarious. Let's actually rewind this. We had to see this offensive use of the command center. Throwing a defense beam on, what was that? Is that the last worker our Zerg player had? I wish I could read Russian, but unfortunately I can't. This game is hilarious. This game is absolutely hilarious. What the hell is going on? Okay, this hatchery's done. There's no way it survives. How? Okay, here we go. Revive the last host. It costs 600 minerals. Do we have any money? Or any, there's no income for our Zerg player. So is he just screwed? Because without the last host, I mean, you can't build anything. Does the last host build workers? Okay, so it looks like this is a legitimate stalemate. Hilarious. So that was a really short game. We're going to throw on one more cast. All right, guys, welcome to game number 2. This is actually a different mod entirely. We are looking at the StarCraft 2 All Races mod. In this case, it's going to be Hybrids versus Protoss. Let's go ahead and introduce our players spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map. It's our red hybrid player Stassin going up against his opponent spawning on the top right-hand side of the map. It's our green Protoss player CheesePower, and CheesePower, man, I love that name. Both players have expanded, but I see something weird here on the map from Stassin. He's got a minion, kind of like your probe equivalent, chilling on the top left-hand corner. I don't know if they were scouting for each other. It looks like they probably were, but that still looks a little bit sketchy to me. Anyway, the Sentinel here for our hybrid player was running across the map and will spot the Adept. The Adept trying to get the shade into the main base, though, and the jump in front of the Adept blocking it from running into the main base. The Sentinel taking it out. As you can see, it does have a leap ability, so it can jump to a specified point, including the high ground if you have vision. It also has protected jump. I think it reduces the damage it takes by 50%, and it accelerates its speed by 50% as well for 2.5 seconds. Now, I'm not an expert on the hybrids. As you can see, there's a lot going on here, but I do know the Void Rift is kind of like your, I want to say, your gateway equivalent. It's going to have your tier 1 units, and then you can tech up to get higher tier units later on, excuse me. But this shield battery here finishing up, it's only being powered by 1 pylon, though. 1 stalker here trying to hold the line, but honestly, with the 2 sentinels, I'm pretty sure there's nothing CheesePower can do about this until he warps in more units. But what we see on the production tab is interesting. A Dark Shrine on the way, as well as Blink. So we're going to be seeing some Dark Templar, and I don't really know what detection options the hybrids have. I've only ever done, I want to say, maybe 5 or 6 casts in my, like, 2.5/3 years of casting StarCraft 2. Modded StarCraft 2 is even different. I think that's about 2 years of casting modded StarCraft 2. So I just don't have a lot of experience with the hybrids, but they look so cool, man. You have the Ionic Crystal, which can actually move around, and the warriors here as well, which I'm pretty sure are, they're ranged. They can attack up and down, kind of like, I guess, Marines, more or less. Also, one thing that I do want to mention about the hybrids is they can build things from a distance, similar to the Chiron from the Scion Custom Races mod, if you guys are familiar with that one. And they can build things from the high ground to the low ground, which is really cool. The Sentinel's able to take out both the pylon and the shield battery, but there's just a lot of stuff for CheesePower now, able to warp in some stalkers and defend against what were 2 hybrid units knocking at the door to his natural base location. But Stassin is going for a hard macro play, I think. Both players actually getting their 3rd base virtually at the same exact time. And where are the Dark Templar? I see them on the way. Here we go. Do we have any sort of static defense or detection for our hybrid player? I don't think we do, actually. Oh, this could be devastating. To be fair, though, it's possible there is an easy observer, or not observer, sorry, detector that Stassin has access to that I just don't know about. A holding cell being built. What is this? Contains common hybrid upgrades. Okay, so the holding cell is going to be our upgrade structure, and here it is, the first Dark Templar running into the natural base. Stassin is reacting to this immediately, though, but what can he do is the question. Oh, man, where is it? Oh, here it is. Yep, the Dark Templar with 2 kills so far, and actually some detection here. What was detecting that, though, I wonder? Okay, yep, we had a bit of a rewind. So the Spirit can become a detection unit. So you can use Revealing Sacrifice. The Spirit enters the target and begins to see everything that it sees, including invisible and buried units, but then it dies. Duration is 20 seconds. So it's kind of like a temporary detector, or an ability that gives your unit temporary detection, which is really cool, actually. That requires a lot of micro, which I kind of like. As we can see, we have 3 spirits here. They are flying units, and yeah, you just use Revealing Sacrifice on any unit you want, and it becomes a detector. Not bad at all. So in the end, those Dark Templar were not necessarily as game-ending as I thought they might be. Both players are happily macroing up right now. What is this on the field, though? More Ionic Crystals being built. A Void Rift here as well, pumping out another Warbringer. What else do we have? All this stuff looks crazy. What is this, though? Oh, man. A Dark Templar with only the 1 kill, though. Not even able to take out a warrior. I don't know what was detecting in that case, but a Proteus here as well. This is a crazy looking unit, man. What does this do? A heavy unit consumes void energy to restore protection shield, and it has what else? It has transfusion, restores up to 350 protection shield per second. And in this case, I'm assuming protection shield is the white part of the health bar. As you can see, you have kind of like a shield and health bar kind of mixed in together. So I'm assuming in this case for the hybrid, instead of shield, it's called protection shield. How much damage does it do? So it does 18 damage versus armored. It does 27. This is a ground only attacker, and it's a melee attacker as well. This thing looks so cool, man. I just want to see it turn around so I can look at it more. That might even be my thumbnail. We'll see, though. Looks like there is an attack here kind of in the works on the Protoss side of the map. As we can see, some of these warriors, the Warbringers as well. I don't know why the Proteus is not involved with this, though. There's a lot of stuff moving. Oh, man, so it's a full pull on the Protoss army, and the Proteus, as you can see on the mini-map, is on the left-hand side of this, could potentially run into the mineral line. This is a good position for CheesePower, though. Able to defend, and the Ionic Crystal apparently can teleport. Is that what we saw, or was it built? I'm not so sure. Either way, though, the Protoss player able to take out those Warbringers and Warriors. And here it is, the Proteus taking advantage of the distracted army, but not getting any worker kills at all. And what is this? The Energiator. That is a bit of a mouthful of a word, but I'm assuming it restores energy to your units, and that unit portrait is also really cool. Is that from Vanilla? Let me know. Or are these custom portraits? Because if those are custom portraits, man, I am nothing if not impressed. More stuff being built here at base number 3. I'm pretty sure CheesePower is feeling relatively confident after holding off that push. What I would have done is gone for a killing blow. I mean, once you destroy the entire army of your opponent and you still have stuff left over, you know almost for a fact that you are ahead. A navigator here as well. It's cloaked, and it's also a detector, and it's also a drop ship. That is wild. Does it attack? No, it doesn't. It does not attack, which is good. That would just be broken. Anyways, the Proteus here in the middle of all of this, getting some kills, actually only getting 1 kill and ultimately going down. The Protoss is handling this custom race way better than I expected. And now it looks like CheesePower running across the map, getting some reinforcements here as well. Maybe I would get some Archons or something. He's got the money for it, and he's got the tech for it as well. But it looks like he's distracted right now. This Proteus with 5 kills. How many workers killed this game? 3 by green and 8 by red. I mean, this thing is crazy. It's taking out so many stalkers. Ultimately, it will go down, though, and now it looks like CheesePower has the micro freed up to push on the hybrid side of the map. Here we go, the Ionic Crystal going down, but it's possible he's going to be overextending himself here. A force field on the left-hand side of this ramp. I almost said right-hand side of the ramp. Oh, and the Colossi as well. Do we have Thermal Lance? Thermal Lance is not finished yet, actually. It's about just over halfway done. The Protoss army spread out just a little bit too much, I feel like. These Stalkers going down. Stalkers, by the way, are my least favorite unit in StarCraft, and I am a Protoss player. They just don't feel good to me, man. I mean, once you have Blink, it's fine, but they feel like they're made of paper mache or something. I've said it in multiple casts at this point, but it's because I hate them that much. Anyway, that is it for my crash out today. I like how the spirit's falling around the Ionic Crystal. I wonder if, because this crystal moves around, if it's considered a unit. It looks like it is. I mean, it says structure, to be fair, so maybe you can't use the revealing sacrifice on it. That's a possibility. Anyway, I hear stuff going on. What is happening? I don't know. Whatever it was likely cleaned up. I want to see this navigator used. I want to see the dropship. I want to see a cloaked drop, man. That would be so sick. The fact that they have a structure following them around, though, is hilarious to me. Anyway, some Stalkers here, some Zealots as well. Charge Zealots and Blink Stalkers, to be fair. Where are the Colossi, though? Do we have any on the field? We have 4 of them. Where are they? Let's click one. Okay, here we go. Yep, it looks like actually they just finished, which is why we didn't see them. And now we have what is going to be a proper Protoss ground ball. We'll see how the hybrid units fare against the Colossi. I feel like the Proteus will be fine. We have multiple of them, but these little units, the Warriors and the Warbringers, I'm not so sure if they'll be able to survive or not, to be honest. To 4 Colossi. I would really like to see, what was it, the Sentinels with their jump ability jumping on top of the Colossi. I think that would be really cool. Also, there's no observer with this army, I don't think. Oh, no, there is. Never mind. So I was going to say, what you could do is just lift your army into these navigators, and then there's nothing your opponent could do. A conductor here as well. What is this? A support air unit can create an empowered void power field and phase out any other unit or structure. So it can phase things out and bring them back later is kind of what I'm getting from that. Anyway, this Proteus trying to do some damage ultimately will go down, but we have a big push here at base number 3 by the hybrid player. CheesePower coming to engage this, using his Stalkers to prevent an escape. Oh, wow. A storm on top of all this hybrid stuff as well. Stassin throwing out the GG, giving the victory to our Protoss player. What a cool match. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one.